that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the FIU Panthers, just outside of Miami and Pit Bull Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, they've...
And the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, FIU.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. The snap to the up man, they'll fake it. And no guts, no glory. They pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and then change and move it.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call.
Breaks it to the end. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man downfield. Got enough space. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Now he's going to break the pocket. On a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's live. And they're able to get him down. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Scanning the field, it's Montgomery. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run the toss. Nice move to keep running. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do. Because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 17-yard line, it's first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. For a touchdown.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Snags it. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Florida International. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Finds his tight end. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz, I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient, find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. The play action fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now facing a third and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Now improvising. The throw. He's got him. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
He breaks the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They were able to make a quick stop.
Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has...
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Owls!
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Got a little room. There he goes. Wrapping it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We'll play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Florida Atlantic will set the ball unit on the defeat. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, both teams doing some early work, and now they'll try to add to this 21-14 lead. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's a hit. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Hunt is on its way. Followed him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the offensive player had to commit pass interference on that play. You saw the defender jump the throw. The defender was in position to make an interception, so the offensive player had to do something to break it up.
Stumbled to the ground.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were. That's why they got the first game.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. A A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. When they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This offense has it with really good field position. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Montgomery. Throws to the tight end. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. You're throwing it right away. Seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. Give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender.
Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you do.
Touchdown, Panther. Quick strike through the air for the score.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but that's not exactly Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Southern Miss. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake with a first down. To throw. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he got loose. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Off play action. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
To the ground. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pick up a 5 and a first down. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Gets rid of it. He's got an open man. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. And the Owls, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
dances away. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
Snagged out of the air. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it up to 45.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Bring in the heat. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
He might want another play. To the air, it's Montgomery. Here's some pressure. Got him downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Line gets set, first down. Holds and fires complete to the right.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that guy.
Picked off to stop the threat. Got some room to run. Past the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Quarterback making checks. Back to throw. It's Montgomery. Looking to the big tight end. He's open on the right. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Open open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. He's taking the shot. Gets it inside the 15. Touchdown, Panthers! And once he found open space, the man might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver, who can design ways to get the football in his hand? Palmer, once you get in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there. A difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Hand off from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Flushed out of the pocket. On target over the middle. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Has to uncork this one off his back foot. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now.
He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, FIU.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of the times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Takes it for a pass to Walker. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was...
The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Florida Atlantic will try to kick it deep and break the seal on this second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also...
Breaks into the open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the option. Now the pitch. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. The Panthers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Takes it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Florida International. And they turn it into a defensive score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he can be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They'll run play action. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It will third down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive. Trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Gets it out quickly. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and he's got it, first down and more. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. The Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabs it in the middle. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Looking to throw again. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. From the red zone, looking for a man. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this. There he goes. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles. That is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's Montgomery. Flush down to the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And I really like the job by this offense because, listen, you've got the lead. Be smart with the football. You drop back, it's a scramble. The quarterback pulls it down, makes the play. Nice job. This is how you play with the lead. Take what the defense gives you and don't make mistakes.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. He's got him still on his feet. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. On 1st and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. Snap it to the back. Touchdown, Panthers. And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Quickly complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Complete downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stacks, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 22 on 1st and 10.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. To the air on 2nd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Quick completion on the out. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. A first down run in the red zone. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
The middle, watch the middle.
Off the play fake. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards.
Touchdown, Owls! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical fourth down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. Two dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on fourth down.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Back to pass, it's Montgomery. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Bryant. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Panthers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the right. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, fourth and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away. And
the punt was just an illusion. They snapped it to the up end. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away. Going right to work up top. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. Makes the catch. It's Parrish. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on first and goal. Here comes the heat. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Fitted in the window for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Florida International offense is back on the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
It definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seen the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted. Took his shot. He is in a groove.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, it's good. And now the lead's extended a little further. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. First play of the drive, lost a throw. Pressure coming. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. And the Owls want to crank the tempo.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. If things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his man in the middle. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception. A nightmare he is not waking up from. Takes the pick back to the 32-yard line, and now this offense will be in business. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. To the air. It's Montgomery. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Wants to return it. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Don't think that one made it 10 yards before they got the eager paws on top of it, and the flags will fly. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Montgomery. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
And that one got away from the quarterback. They've got the lead, but it's not by much. You just can't make mental mistakes like that. The football never should have gone to that intended target, and the defense makes them pay. Could they now take the lead here in the fourth?
Pulls it in down the middle. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, it's a fumble. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. And he's brought down after a nice game. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
He's not afraid to go deep. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he stayed in that game because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. game in particular, and go out and get the dub, it's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you win it.
Stress, pressure, expectation, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. From the gun, the ground game. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. You reach this portion of the season, in games like this, top 5 showdown can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, the middle of the season, you're kind of getting a lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Quick touch pass to the receiver. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here comes the option. Now the toss. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. To the air, it's Houck. Under fire. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a penalty. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. Touchdown, going over. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There was tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
That's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you've got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
The give from the gun. Runs through a tackle. Turning it on!
That is an impressive run. And I'll tell you, I know when we think Virginia Tech offense, we're always talking about running quarterbacks, but they've oftentimes had a running back to go along with that mobile QB threat. It makes this rushing attack so difficult to stop. This guy right here really has the ability to do it on his own, though. Because of his speed and power, he is dangerous.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. That's toughness by that young man.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Houck. Fires it. Found a seam. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Backed up now, here's second and long.
You know, that play right there shows me the quarterback has a plan. He had no hesitation. The defense was bearing down on him. He got hit on that play, but he knew where his running back was. He got it out to him quick, and as a result, he avoided the negative play and sack.
Let's take a moment here and talk a little Virginia Tech. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hokies. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out in the end zone and came up a little short. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble with a bad, unfortunate bounce. The offense bounces back.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Off play action. He'll pull it down. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Looking for a man, it's Howard. Throws to the wideout. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Splits the uprights. Good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Kentucky was able to come away with the win, as they have in Lexington so many times before, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
I want to see your TV celebration.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Finds a little space. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And the quarterback put up 2 and sacked at the 12. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. field is Howell. That's caught. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Gets the back moving. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cobb. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
They boot it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Rushes on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong.
Looking for a deep man. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Under fire. And as he throws, this time he's got his man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Just keeps slinging it. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Good awareness by the defense. In this situation on the field, you know there's coordinators that like to try to take shots deep down the field and catch you napping, but the defense was ready for that one.
Shoots it to the left. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got his man on the outside. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got his man on the right. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you sort of have the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball. Right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st downs. So They'll take anything they can get. Nice third down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it third and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory. So far this season, they've really struggled.
He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And the Hokies will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Howell. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we've got 3rd.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better at it.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Wants to throw it. Sends it downfield. He can't make the catch. Had it right in his hands, and it'll be 4th down.
So after that incompletion, 4th down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. The opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense. This game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Howell. Here's a hit. Trying to escape and get it himself. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a 1st down. Like, so much to defend That is the hardest thing to defend because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Bring in the heat. And to get rid of it quickly. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Line getting set on second down. They'll try the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He'll field the punt. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. Going right and going deep. And he's got it at the 30. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. It's complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Minnesota!
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire, and win this second half.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it out. It's crossed. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. His drive will open from the 15. They'll try the left side. Gets it past the marker. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Back to pass. It's Howell. Here's the pressure. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hokies will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. It starts with the offensive line and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you...
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Shakes off the defender.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards. Make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off. Get some positive yards. Go on to the next play.
Looking for room. It's 4. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
We'll get him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now the play fake. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got him there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Well, the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This is well within field goal range. That earlier miss could have influenced this decision. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Hokies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw, it's Hout. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Power football with the run. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. It's a reverse. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And he just couldn't get started. Goes down behind the line of scrimmage. scrimmage, and they'll lose yardage on the completion. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. It is perfect. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Cross. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They go to the ground. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Dropping back, it's House. Got it in the middle, it's Chandler. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Got the quick pass. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss him to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good game for this offense.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Hokies are facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. deep toward the end zone. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run play action. He's going to take off. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback making adjustments. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. The short hands, it's 4. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the 1st down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah.
They'll try to get him on the fake. And they roll the dice, and it ain't snake eyes. They pick up the 1st down. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. There he goes. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Looking for his man. Grabbed over the middle. It's 4. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And on 3rd down, they find a way to get the ball to the back end space and move the chain.
And that's a play the defender would like to have back. They like to think that they can cover running backs on these types of angle routes, but they're just not good enough on coverage, and that allowed the offense to convert that 3rd down.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Motion from the wide receiver. They're going to ride this running back. Top determined run gets it down to the 12.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll leave it with him. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
And the Golden Gophers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the play fake.
just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 11 to Purdue. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. To throw, it's Hout. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Hard running there. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Oh, they're after him! And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Last chance coming up. Here comes the heat. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.